Very warm welcome to Towcester Racecourse here this morning on this crisp and fresh early part of the day. We have 8 races for your delight here this morning, and there are no alterations. They all go as your race card. 8 races in all, and we kick off with the first race just over 7 minutes away. The 10.06 will be an A8 contest for 6 runners. So the runners for the first race of the day, the 10.06, due off in around about 7 minutes time. Track 1 is Mad About Johnny. This one is a 5-1 chance for Gene Lyles. In trap 2 we have Clean Pit, owned by Mr. M. Reynolds and trained by Jimmy Reynolds. That's a 3-1 chance. Dunham Malbec for Dave and Jane Houghton is 3-1. Trap 4 Eglinton. Jim Reynolds trains this one. That's a 3-1 chance. A Greencroft Tyson, owned and trained by Stephen Rayner. That's 6-1. And completing the lineup, trap 6, Nippy Bell, owned by George and Coles. Go Get 'em Syndicate, trained by Gene Lyles. That's the 5-2 favourite in our opening contest, where there's 6 minutes left for betting. Out on parade then for the first race of the day, the 10.06. It's an A8 contest. There's trap 1, Mad About Johnny, owned by the George and Horn Syndicate and trained by Gene Lyles. Clean Pit in trap 2 is owned by Mr. M. Reynolds and trained by Jim Reynolds, a 3-1 chance. Trap 3 is Dunham Malbec, owned by Mr. Dave Houghton and trained by Jane Houghton. That's 3-1 also. Eglinton is in trap 4. That's 3-1 there, owned and trained by Jim Reynolds. 5 is Greencroft Tyson at a big price, 6-1, owned and trained by Steve Rayner. And completing the lineup in the stripes is Nippy Bell, 5-2 favourite for the Georgian Colt. Go on, get him, Stake. Syndicate and trained by Gene Lyles. So that's the lineup for the first race of the day. And there's around about a minute or so to get your bets on here. So the load-out process is well underway here for the first race of the day. They're going in for the 10:06. So last couple stepping forward here. Checked over by Tia the starter. I ate the grade then. Hair approaches for the very first race of the day here at Towcester. Good luck with your bets. Gates lift off and racing, and Nippy Bell takes a flyer on the outside ahead of Eglinton, who's pacing up into the turn. Just in behind comes Plain Pit, and then followed through by Mad About Johnny, who will be staying on late. Greencroft Tyson is next, and then comes Dunbay Mal back into the third turn now, and it's 4 going on. Eglinton though, but has a pursuer up on the inside. Plain Pit has gone on. Nippy Bell back for more on the outside, trying to stay on. Mad About Johnny up towards the line. Plain Pit will see it out. 2 beats 4 and 6 in the opening contest. Jim Reynolds on the board straight away. So Plain Pit the winner then. Had to work hard for his victory. Nippy Bell was the fast starter. Winning time there, 29:37 for Plain Pit. Jim Reynolds had two runners in this race, and they were both prominent at various stages. Let's watch on review. 6 took a flyer and went on from 4, who paced up into the turn, just chopped across at 2 somewhat. Clean Pit had to just check the stride there at the first turn, but 4 going on into the third bend, just edged wide somewhat, but allowed 2 up on the inner, and it's 4 and 2 that dispute coming off the last bend. 2 hitting the front, going on from 4. 1 just got pinched back there on the run for home and lost somewhat a bit of momentum, Mad About Johnny, but it was 2, Clean Pit, that saw the trip out really, really well and opens up the account at the first attempt, as he did last night. Jim Reynolds had the first winner as well on the Friday card. So well done to Jimmy, and Clean Pit scores in the blue. So the full results of the 10.06 opening contest. Trap 2, Clean Pit, the winner at 4-1. His kennel mate, Trap 4, Eglinton, was second at 3-1. And Nippy Bell was third, also 3-1. 2-4-6, a clean sweep for the even traps. Winner's time there, 29.37. The very next race is the 10.24, the list of runners there for this S1 grade event. So it's the top of the tree stayers event. This one, 686 metres the journey. Trap 1 is Poison Ivy, 31.2. Trap 2 is Kiltria Mike, 33.0. Likely favourite here, Hot Pot. Trap 3, Horizon Storm, is 32.9. Trap 4 is Ballydor Candy at 28.3 at the weigh-in earlier on this morning. Trap 5, Cooler Dairy Lid, 26.8. And the 6, Not So Classical, weighed in at 35.6. That's the lineup then for this S1 top grade staying event for the 1024. So the betting's come through for this second race, the 1024 Hot Pot, as expected. Trap 3, Horizon Storm for Gene Lyles is a 4-5 odds-on favourite here. 4-1 chances in traps 2, 5 and 6. It's then 10-1 trap 4, Ballydor Candy. And the outsider is on the inside. Trap 1, Poison Ivy at 12-1. There's around about 6 minutes left for betting. Greyhound's out on parade then with just 4 minutes remaining for betting. This is an S1 grade event over the 686 metre journey, 1.5 circuits to the track. In track 1 is Poison Ivy, owned by Mr. P. Martin Jr. and trained by Stephen Rayner, a 12 to 1 chance. In 2 we've got Kiltria Mike, 5 to 1 in the ring, owned by Mr. T. Cody, Mr. S. Dodds, Miss G. Kellaway and Mr. G. Trotter, trained by Mark Wallace. Horizon Storm, the odds-on favourite here, 4 to 5, owned by Mr. J. Clark and Mr. P. Sandback, trained by Gene Lyles. Black Jacket of 4, a 10 to 1 chance, Ballydoyle Candy, trained by Kevin Hutton for Mr. S. Carroll. In 5 we've got Coolidary Lid, owned by Mr. Colin Crichton and trained by partner Gene Lyles. And Not So Classical in trap 6 is owned by the Tap Tap Boom Syndicate and trained by Mark Wallace. 3 minutes left for betting for this next. They'll go over to the far side of the track. It's 1.5 circuits and it's an S1 grade event here. A couple of changes to the market. Kiltria Mike and Coolidary Lid, they both opened up 4 to 1, just easing out to 5 to 1, but 4 to 5 favourite here. Horizon Storm dropping from Open Race Company back into top grade S1 fare here this morning. So as the Greyhounds have just about made their way to the far side of the track, we've got a hot pot in trap 3 here. Horizon Storm for Gene Lyles, a 4 to 5 chance. Did win on the 15th on the Sky Night, I seem to remember, and won as a 7 to 2 chance there. 41.22 was a good effort again on Sky last time up behind Heroic Miss. So Horizon Storm just taking that little bit of easing class here into grading company. Now 8 to 11, so the money has come for Horizon Storm, and a short price favourite here for this second race, the 10.24 going in. So the loading up process well underway here. Away with the flag, and the hare is on the move then for the Imperial Car Supermarket Big Cash Away Stakes. Here comes the bunny. Up go the lids, and away and racing. First to show is Ballydoyle Candy. Pressed now up on the inside by the favourite Horizon Storm, now goes to the front. 3, 4, 6, 2 with 1 and 5 at the back as they come out of the second turn. It's Horizon Storm, a son of Taylor Sky, kicking on into the third bend with a 3-length lead. Not So Classical's now moved into second in hot pursuit and starts to close coming out of the fourth turn. They go down the back straight for the final time. 3, 6, 4 2, 1 and 5 is the order, and this big white dog Horizon Storm is piling on the pressure. Catch Me If You Can tactics coming off the last turn now. Horizon Storm in command. 4 Ballydor Candy running on along with the 2 Kiltria Mike. It's a 3-4-2 order, and boom for Hobbsy. He's stuck in that one at a short price. Horizon Storm is the winner. So a good performance there. Did what it said on the tin, didn't it? A good break from 4, Ballydor Candy. She's run an absolute burster for Kevin Hutton, to be fair. But the early pace wins the race here for Horizon Storm, despite the fact it's over 6 pence. He sees the trip out really well. He's got that touch of class and quality, and he dashed into the third turn with a big lead. It was 6 that took the bend really well. Really attacked the third bend, did Not So Classical, and tried to close down on Horizon Storm. But then straightening up down the back straight, the big white dog, the son of Taylor's Sky, kept on stoutly, kept on finding plenty, despite the fact that the chasing pack were hot on his heels, and coming off the last bend, it was 3, seeing out the trip well enough from 4 and 2, a 3-4-2 order, a winning time of 41.83. So the full results of the 10:24 then, that S1 contest went the way of the favourite. Track 3 Horizon Storm wins at 8-11, well backed from 4-5. The second real gallant effort from Ballydor Candy at a big price, 10-1 in track 4. And the 2 Kiltria Mike, he was staying on late as well at 6-1. Brilliant race there for our second race at 10:24, a 3-4-2 order, and the winning time 41.83. So around about 12 minutes to our next race at 10:43. This is back over the standard 480 metre trip, an A7 contest for our next. The Star Sports English Greyhound Derby on June the 2nd stakes. Swift Cayley in track 1 weighed in earlier on at 26.9. Dunbar Linda in the blue jacket is a 24.7 weight. Billy's Choice in track 3 is 29.2. Twiggy's Delight came in at 24.5. Rory Breaker, the heaviest in the lineup, tipped the scales at 33.1 in the orange jacket. And the Go Faster Stripes of 6 is Adrahan Asti, weighing in at 26.3. That's the lineup then, with just over 11 minutes to get your bets on for the next. So with round about 7 minutes left for betting, there is the opening show. Swift Cayley in trap 1 is a 7-2 chance. Dunbar Linda is one of the joint favourites at 3-1. Trap 3, Billy's Choice, is also 3-1. Twiggy's Delight in the 4 box is 9-2, as is trap 5, Rory Breaker. And Adra Hanasti is a 4-1 chance on the wide outside. The Hobbsy pick is the Stripes here. The Greyhounds out of parade then for the third race of the morning, the 10:43. In track 1 we have Swift Cayley, owned by the McCalls and trained by Mark Wallace. This one trades at 7-2 at present. In 2 we've got Dunbar Linda, who's a 3-1 chance, owned by George and Cole's Go and Get Him Syndicate, trained by Gene Lyles. The 3 is Billy's Choice, owned and trained by Richard Yates, a 3-1 chance. 4 is Twiggy's Delight, owned by Mr. M. Lowther, trained by Stephen Rayner, at 9-2 in the betting. Rory Breaker is owned by Mr. P. Martin Jr. and trained by Steve Rayner. That's 9-2 also. And completing the lineup in the stripes of 6, Adrahan Asti is owned and trained by Richard Yates. A 4-1 chance for our next. Around about 2.5 minutes left for betting. So clear favourite in the next is Billy Choice at 3-1. As Dunbar Linda just eases out to 7-2 and joins Swift Cayley on that price. 4-1 then Adra Hanasti in trap 6, and the two outsiders in 4, Twiggy's Delight and Rory Breaker, both trading as 9-2 chances. A wide open contest for our next, which starts in just over a minute here. So top coat's coming off in less than a minute till post time for the next wide open race, this one, but there is a bit of a nibble for the favourite, Billy's Choice. That's 3-1 into 5-2 for Richard Yates, so clear favourite here. Just needs to avoid Dunbar Linda at the start in the mad rush to the turn. 7-2 chances in traps 1 and 2. It's a 9-2 both 5 and 6. And the outsider now is Twiggy's Delight, gone out to 5-1 in the betting. So the market mover here is Billy's Choice, 3-1 into 5-2, and his clear favourite with the bookies here at Towcester for the third race this morning. It's the Star Sports English Greyhound Derby during the second stakes, and they are now loading up. So last one's gone in. A wave of the flag, and the hare is on the move for the third time here this morning. Star Sports English Greyhound Derby June the second stakes. Hare makes its way to the starting boxes, and they race away with 5 bursting from the traps. Rory Breaker leading into the turn. It's 5 from 6, then comes 4, then 3, 1 and 2, just in a bit of a bumpy match at the rear. Rory Breaker down the far side for Stephen Rayner, now joined on the outside by Adrahan Asti. And Adrahan Asti very, very wide on the track, just noses ahead at the 3/4 pole. 6 and 5 in a buckle here, 4 running on in behind him as they straighten up for the judge. 5 goes back to the front. Rory Breaker has gone on. Rory Breaker from Adrahan Asti, and Twiggy's Delight back in third. It's a 5-6-4 order. Great race, that one. Rory Breaker goes to the front. Was headed briefly round the last 2 turns, but fought back really well in a winning time of 28.91. That's what you get on the replay then. As the box is opened, Trap smartly did 5. 4 just edged in a little bit. He had a good run into the turn, the 5. 3 just cut across 1 and 2, and they were a bit short of room at the first bend, and it was 5 down the far side, just headed, as you see, momentarily by the 6. Adrahan Asti was wide on the track. Rory Breaker found plenty coming off the last bend, straightened up and just edged away in the closing stages to win by maybe 3 parts, maybe a length. 5-6-4 the order. Winning time for Rory Breaker there, 28.91. Well done to Mr. P. Martin Jr. and trainer Stephen Rayner. So the result of the 10:43, then track 5, Rory Breaker at 4-1. The winner, 6, Adrahan Asti was second at 9-2, and third, track 4, Twiggy's Delight at 11-2. The winner's time there, 28.91. Fantastic race there for the third. We'll shortly be back for the fourth race at 10:58. So the race awaits then for the 10:58. Around about 7 minutes left for betting here. Track 1, Calico Swift, weighed in at 26.4. Track 2, Westway Central, is 33.9. Rummy Major in the 3 is 32.1. Brinkley's 12 in track 4, 27.8. The 5, Orange Jacket of Saline Story, weighing in at 33.7. And Barricane Jagger completing the lineup. Tips the scales at 34.3. That's the lineup then. With just less than 7 minutes to get your bets on for the 10:58. So there's the betting then for the fourth race on your programme. Track 1, Calco Swift is 8-1. Westway Central is a 6-4 favourite. Rummy Major is 4-1. Brinkley's 12 is second best at 5-2. Sailing Story 6-1. And Barricade Jagger 5-1. Full quote then of the lineup for the 10:58. Greyhounds out on parade then for this fourth race of the day is Calco Swift. That's owned by the Calco Cup Syndicate and trained by Mark Wallace. It's an 8-to-1 chance. Favourite here in the blue of 2, Westway Central, owned by Mr. C. Simia and trained by Kevin Hutton, 6-4. Rummy Major is a 4-to-1 chance, owned by Mr. S. Bentley and trained by Jim Reynolds. Brinkley's 12, main market rival to the favourite, is a 5-to-2 chance for Mark Wallace. Sailing Story is 6-to-1, also trained by Mark Wallace. And Barricane Jagger completes the lineup for Dave and Jane Houghton. So they're making the way to the starting traps. Less than 3 minutes to get your bets on for the next. Greyhounds are gathering behind the boxes of the top coats coming off for the next race, which is due off in around about a minute to post time here. And there's a bit of late money here for Brinkley's 12, 5-2 into 9-4 now. Westway Central in trap 2 and Brinkley's 12 in trap 4 met in a puppy race last time out, and there's a short head separating them. And this pair, they dominate the market. A son of Central City, trap 2, Westway Central, a March 16 youngster, and Brinkley's 12, who's a daughter of Rio Quattro, the Derby winner, out of an Irish Oaks winner, Droopy's 12, April 16. So they're the two main protagonists, according to the market. And there is a bit of interest and a nibble for trap 4, Brinkley's 12, 5-2 into 9-4. Consequently, a couple of these have just drifted. Rummy Major falls out to 5-1 now. 6-1, Barricane Jagger in trap 6. A Saline Story, 6 is out to 7s, and 8-1 the outsider is trap 1, Calico Swift. Last couple stepping forward, then the loaning up process well underway. Celebrate your birthday at Towcester Stakes here. Gets over, away with the flag, the bell sounds and the hair is set in motion for the Celebrate Your Birthday at Towcester Stakes. Favourite in 2, muddy for 4 here as well. Gates lift off and racing, and it's 4 and 5 the first to show. 2 pacing up now up on the inside. Westway Central goes to the front and takes them along. 4 and 5 just brush shoulders there. 1 and 3 likewise, and all of a sudden whoosh down the far side. Westway Central is away and gone for Kevin Hutton. This son of Central City, a puppy, March 16, has a 2-length lead. Distress signals. Here comes Brinkley's 12 off the last. 2 all out from 4, drawing alongside. 2 and 4 up towards the line. 2 hanging tough out in front. Westway Central wins it for Kevin Hutton. Wow, what a run that was. Early pace, got to the front. Brinkley's 12, they set down to fight it out off the last. It'd be worth watching the replay here. 28.65 was the winning time. And another fantastic race here this morning at Towcester. the home with the Derby. Let's watch this again. 4 and 5 with the first to rise, but 2 had to kind of burst between rivals, showed early pace, got to the front, maybe just nudged into 4 a little bit, but they were all caught flat-footed with that excellent turn of early zip. And Westway Central here got to the third bend, and all of a sudden 4 looked like he had the bit between his teeth, or she had the bit between her teeth. This daughter of Rio Quattro, and the 2 youngsters set down to fight it out. 5, Sailing Story ran on really well in the closing stages, but 2, Westway Central, the favourite, holding on in a desperate finish. It's worth watching this again. This was a real taking performance for early zip from the 2. Yeah, just nudged into his main market rival, the bitch in track 4, Brinkley's 12. Just got a little nudge there, and she had to sort of dab the brakes, and she lost a bit of momentum. It could have been a different story. And if you watch here, the 4 started to close, and as they came off the last, she pulled out the slipstream, and just here, they just slightly touch. And again, she might just have lost a bit of momentum, Brinkley's 12. But to be fair, he kept finding, didn't he, this big son of Central City, Westway Central, gave us a real treat of a finish. 2:46, 28.65 the winning time. 6-4 favourite the winner, 9-4 the second, and 7-1 the third. Let's hope there's plenty more where that came from. So we move on to the second half of the card, just past the halfway point there with a fantastic finish, and we're hoping for much the same here. This time over the 6-bend journeys, the 11:13 for the 5th race, over 686 metres. Track 1 is 0 Forks, weighing in at 25.1. Roseville Bolt is 34.9. Ninja Storm is 32.0. Coors Crumb 26.8. Union Pride in the orange jacket of 5 is 28.3 and completed the lineup. Some Courage 25.2. Our next race is around about 8 minutes away. The betting is through then for the 11:13. Zero Forks is in trap 1 at 6-1. Roseville Bolt is 3-1. We've got 5-2 joint favourites down the middle here. Ninja Storm in 3 and Coors Crum in 4. Both probably looking for the lead. And Union Pride is a 4-1 chance in 5. And Some Courage, trap 6, is 6-1. That's the full quote, the early show of betting for the 11:13 next. come out for the next, the S3 grade event for the 11-13. We're back over sixpence this time. Zero Forks, owned and trained by Kevin Hutton, is a 6-1 chance wearing the red jacket. Blue of 2 is Roseville Bolt, owned by the From the Cloud Syndicate, trained by Richard Yates. Trap 3, Ninja Storm, is owned by Mark Wallace Greyhounds Racing Club and trained by Mark Wallace. In 4, we've got Coors Crom, owned by Mrs. L. Clark and Mr. P. Cobb, trained by Jim Reynolds. The 5, Union Pride, owned by the Union in Plimpton and trained by Mark Wallace. And the lineup completed by Trap 6, Some Courage, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Roberts and trained by Stephen Roberts. There's the betting length: 6-1 Zero Forks, 3-1 Roseville Bolt, 5-2 joint favourites Ninja Storm and Coors Crom down the middle. Union Pride is a 4-1 chance and Some Courage is 6-1. Greyhounds will make their way to the far side of the track with just under 2 minutes left for betting. The Greyhounds have reached their destination over the far side of the track, and we're fast approaching post time here for the next 9-4. Favourite now is Ninja Storm, so it's come in from 5-2. Coors Crom has gone the other way, 5-2 out to 3-1. And joins Roseville Bolt on that price. And then we've got bigger prices. The remainder, we've got Union Pride, the 5 dog at 5-1. 6 dog is at 6-1, and the red jacketed runner also a 6-1 chance. So all loaded. Gemma's going to check them over here. A wave of the flag, and the hare is on the move then. Sixpence in front of us for the Friday, Saturday and Sunday night racing coming up in 2018 here for Towcester. And away and racing, and 3, Ninja Storm bursts from the traps and will lead into the turn. It's 3 from 4, then 6, 5 and 1 are next with 2. A slow starter at the back. Out of the second turn, and Ninja Storm starts to edge away and go 2 lengths clear with a full circuit to race. Coors Crom chasing in second, just cuts across the nose of Zero Forks there, and 5 and 6 get involved in a bumping match. It's 3 now, pressured all the while by 4. Ninja Storm down the back straight with Coors Crom diving up on the inside. Watch for Roseville Bolt just having to dab the brakes. 5 also trying to pick up Union Pride. They come off the last. Coors Crom has now taken over and gone on. It's Coors Crom from Roseville Bolt up towards the line. 4 all out. Holds on just from 2 and 5 in a driving finish. A grandstand finish here at Towcester. Coors Crom the winner then, 42-42. 425 has been confirmed. Coors Crom, a very game winner. Had to work hard. Normally a greyhound that likes to front run, likes to lead, but today She showed great determination. Let's take it again on replay. 3 trapped marginally in front of 4. The Ninja Storm had the early advantage. Just watch for 6 trying to get past 4. There's some courage, couldn't really get a clear passage away from Coors Crom. And as they went into the 3rd turn, 3 just kind of edged off the rails somewhat, and this left a window of opportunity for Coors Crom. And she then flew up on the inside, hit the front going into the penultimate turn. Watch for 2 making gains, and he just had to bide his time, and he lost a bit of momentum by sitting on the heels of the bitch in trap 4, Coors Crom, who kept on well enough close home, and they all finished in a heap. It was a superb race. Well done if you've backed trap 4, Coors Crom. So the result confirmed there for the 11-13 first trap 4, Coors Crom at 7-2. Second trap 2, Roseville Bolt at 3-1. And third trap 5, Union Pride 5-1. The winner's time there 42. Fantastic finish for our 5th. Our next race is the 11:29, the race 6 from Towcester, over 480 metres, an A9 contest. The weights are as follows: trap 1, Stormy Dexter, 33.3. Trap 2, Kappa Queen Jill, 28. Dead 3, Shoemaker's Jack is 32.2. 4, Armchair Nasher, 26.5. The 5 is Cousin Dupree, 33.7, the heaviest in the lineup. And 6 is Greencroft Kelly at 28.2. That's the lineup then, with just over 8 minutes left for betting the 11.29, race 6 on our programme this morning. So the opening show betting there for the 11.29 sees Capricorn Jill as the 9-4 favourite for her next, closely followed by Cousin Dupree in trap 5 at 5-2 in the market. Then we've got 4-1 chances, trap 3, Shoemaker Jack, and 6, Greencroft Kelly. And then a 5-1 chance, Stormy Dexter in red, and the outsider is Armchair Nasher in trap 4 at 6-1. So favourite here, trap 2, Capricorn Jill. Don't forget that we do race on Boxing Day. We've got a family fun day, plenty of activities going on for the kids, so bring the kids along. It's a great day's racing here at Towcester. Book now, get your tickets, and do come along and enjoy the day on Boxing Day. Real good racing here at Towcester Greyhounds. Greyhounds out of parade then for the 11.29. This is the buy tickets for Boxing Day at Towcester Racecourse.co.uk stakes. Do come along and join us on the 26th for your fantastic day. Track 1 is Stormy Dexter, owned by Mr. A. Williams, trained by Heather Dimmock, a 5-1 chance. Kappa Quinn Jill, owned by Mrs. W. Richards, trained by Emma Richards, 9-4 favourite. Shoemaker's Jacket, track 3 for George and Coles. Go and Get 'em Syndicate, trained by Jean Lyles. 4 is Armchair Nasher, owned by the Armchair Owners and trained by Paul Philpott. 5 is Cousin Dupree, owned by the Trotters and Mark Wallace. It's a 5-2 second favourite, and Greencroft Kelly is in the stripes for Stephen Rayner, a 4-1 chance here this morning as they make their way to the starting boxes for the next, with just over 2 minutes on the clock for betting. So just less than a minute of post time for the next. The top coach will start to come off for the 6th race on our 8 race programme here this morning. The 11.29 is pretty imminent. Favourite here, Kappa Quinn Jill, a greyhound that likes to come from off the pace. She has got a good finishing kick here, so she'll need the gaps to appear. She's the 9-4 favourite. Cousin Dupree, who's the nearly dog, isn't he? He's 1 win from 21 starts, but always catches the eye. He's 5-2 and close up at the top of the market. 4-1 chances then in 3 and 6. And then it's 5-1 track 1 and 6-1 outsider Armchair Nasher, who has got a bit of early dash. And they are now preparing to load them for the 6th race here at Towcester. So 2 and 5 dominate the market. Kappa Quinn Jill, the stayer of the race, trades as the 9-4 favourite. Here's Gemma, gives them a good check over the way with a flag, and the hare is set in motion for the 6th race of the day. The buy tickets for Boxing Day at Towcester Racecourse.co.uk. Here comes the bunny. Up go the lids, are away and racing, and 5 takes a flyer, Cousin Dupree, but headed into the turn by Greencroft Kelly. It's Greencroft Kelly and Cousin Dupree cut out the early fractions. Watch for the blue jacket of 2, tries to work into the contest. They go down the far side. 5 and 6 are at it, hammer and tongs. Oh, 6 just stumbled on the back of the 5. Here comes Kappa Quinn Jill with a barnstorming finish off the last turn. 5 from 2 as they greet the judge. It's Cousin Dupree up towards the line. We'll see it out. 5 beats 2, 1 back in 3rd. Cousin Dupree, it's pancake day. He wins again. Cousin Dupree, good to see him when he always catches the eye. He always gives his best, but he doesn't always get a clear passage. But today, he did it in style and won in a 29-12. Here's Cousin Dupree then with a good start. went into the turn, was headed by Greencroft Kelly initially, but he just held his posse, turned in second, and then used his back straight pace to good effect. Watch for two, making late gains, Capricorn Jill. She stays on nicely, but it was Cousin Dupree that got on the front, and he was enjoying himself on the front end, wasn't he? And he kept on really well in the closing stages to win cosily by about a length and a half in the end. 5-2-1 was the call. 29-12 the winning time for Cousin Dupree. So the full order finish for the 11:29 Trap 5 Cousin Dupree. The winner went off as the 11-4 second favourite. Trap 2 Capricorn Jill was second as the 9-4 favourite. Stormy Dexter third at 5-1. The winner's time 29-12. We've got two more races to come here on our morning session here at Towcester. So there's the lineup for the next race on the programme. Race 7, the 11:48 is an A7 contest. 1 Musical Lulu, 27.4. 2 Head It On Stubby, 36.3. Money Point Brain 3 weighs in at 31.4. Whizzing Brody in Trap 4 is 27.1. The 5 Shreya Spyfall is 29.9. And the big lump on the outside, Copeland Rory, he tips the scales at 36.6. That's the lineup. Around about 13 minutes left for betting for race 7. So here's an early show then for the 11:48. Track 1 Musical Lulu is 2-1. Marginal favourite there, just in front of Money Point Bray in trap 3, who trades at 9-4. It's then 4-1 trap 6, Copeland Rory. 5-1 chances in traps 2 and 4, and 6-1 the outsider in trap 5. 12 minutes left for betting for the 11:48. So the Greyhounds coming out for the 7th race of the morning. The early bird discounted Derby tickets out now stakes. Track 1 is Musical Lulu, owned by Mr. S. Taylor, trained by Jim Reynolds. And this one is 2-1 favourite. Headed on Stubby is next at 5-1 in the market, trained by Emma Richards. Money Point Bray for Mr. T. Eason and Mr. R. Stanton, trained by Paul Philpott, a 9-4 second favourite. Whizzing Brody, owned and trained by Jim Reynolds, is 5-1. Orange Jacket of 5, Shreyas Spyfall, owned by the Shreyas Racing Syndicate and trained by Graham Holford. That's a 6-1 chance. And Copeland Rory, owned by Mr. S. Thompson, trained by Kevin Hutton. This one is a 4-1 chance in trap 6 here. Around about 4 minutes left for betting. Fancy runners drawn in traps 1 and 3 here. Musical Lulu, 2-1 favourite, just in front of Money Point Bray, the star of the party, as a 9-4 chance. Just about 4 minutes left for betting. 4 minutes. So we're fast approaching post time then for the 7th race of the day here, an A7 grade event. And track 1, Musical Lulu, early bird, is looking to try and make all here for Jim Reynolds and Steve Taylor up on the inside. Money Point Bray, he's the opposite way round really. He'll be looking for a way through early doors and weave a late passage and be staying on nicely in the closing stages. They're the two that dominate the market at 2-1 trap 1, 9-4 trap 3, and it's bigger prices the remainder as they start to load up here for this 7th race of the day. Loading up then. Last one going in. Gemma checks them over, away with the flag, and the hare runs. Fancy runners in traps 1 and 3 here. Stand by for a start. Hare makes its way round to the traps. And away and racing. Fairly level line leaving the boxes. Early pace from 6 and 5 to contest into the turn. Oh, 1 got shuffled back there. 2 and 4 got a bump, and 3's outpace at the back as 5 and 6 race clear. Shreya Spyfall and Copeland Rory have the race of themselves. Copeland Rory on the outside, just edges ahead. Cuts across Shreya Spyfall, who's forced to check there on the crown of the turn as they now greet the judge. It's 6. Full of running. 6 goes on to score. Copeland Rory wins it. 6, 5 and 3, who ran on all too late for the Tricast Posse. 6, 5 and 3 then. (28.77) the winning time. It's a good effort from Copeland Rory, who got the clear passage out wide. And Kevin Hutton scores with his Copeland Rory. Shreya Spyfall did make a bit of a fist of it for Shreya's Racing and Graham Holford. And Money Point Bray, who just got a bit tap for toe. They really left the traps as 1, if you look here. Very, very level break. 3 outpaced as we expected, but 4 cut across, nudged into 2, and the domino effect just squeezed 1 on the fence. And again, 4, 2 and 1, rather getting in each other's way round the first 2 turns. And this left the clear passage for both 6 and 5. And then 6 intelligently cuts across his main rival and then kicks away for victory. Coming off the last bend, Copeland Rory has got the deal done. And 6 wins it from 5 and 3. And the full result for the 7th race on the programme, the 11:48 trap 6, Copeland Rory the winner at 5 to 1, and Shreya Spyfall was second at 6 to 1. And the third there, Money Point Bray at 9 to 4. Winners time there 28.77, a 6.53 order for the 7th. So the list of runners up on screens throughout the stadium here. 12:04, race 8 is an A6 grade event. Liddy Louis, trap 1 is 28.3. 2 is Energized Jack at 32.0. 3 Claret Cobbler is 30.5. Liddy's Bear is 35.3. Express Tatler 34.1, and Dunham Shiraz weighs in at 27.5. Don't forget we do race again this evening. The 13 race program kicking off at 7:30 tonight. So a competitive race to round off proceedings then for our last race of the day, the 12:04 at Towcester. It's 3-1 the field. Traps 1, 2 and 5, all traders co-favourites at 3-1. 4-1 chances then in trap 4 and 6. And the outsider of the party, trap 3, Claret Cobbler at 5-1. Just around about 7 minutes left of betting here, 7 minutes. the Greyhounds will go straight to the traps then for the next, last race of the day. Is pretty imminent here, the 12:04. I should say the last race of the morning, not the last race of the day, because we do race again this evening. And why don't you download the Towcester Racecourse app? You'll find out everything that's going on there. 13 races this evening, kicking off at 7:30. Should be a busy night tonight, so do get here early if you're planning to come. And let's have a look at the betting then for this 8th and final race of the morning. Liddy Lou in trap 1 is 3-1 co-favourite. Energised Jack in trap 2 is also 3-1 co-favourite. Claret Cobbler in trap 3 is 5-1. Lily's Bear is a 9-2 chance. Express Tatler is 3-1 co-favourite. And Dunham Shiraz is 9-2 in box 6 here for the next. So a lot of these haven't run for a while. They actually were due to run last Saturday morning, when unfortunately due to that terrible snowy weather, icy conditions, we had to call last Saturday morning's meeting off. Some of these greyhounds have been transferred over to this Saturday, and you can see a very, very competitive race according to the market to round off proceedings here for the morning action. Right about a minute to post time. Greyhounds gathering behind the boxes. A few spots of snow just a few moments ago. Obviously chilly conditions here this morning. Hope you've enjoyed the action here for the 8-race programme. Don't forget we do race again tonight, commencing at 7:30 with 13 races on the agenda. The Greyhounds lining up for this competitive race to round off proceedings. Joint favourites now, traps 1 and 2 are 3-1 joint favourites. Express Tatler's just moved out from 3-1 to 7-2 for Richard Yates in the orange jacket. And bigger prizes the remainers. A wave at the flag then, and the hare is set in motion for the 8th and final time here this morning. Good luck with your bets here for the 12:04. Up go the lids and off and racing. 1 traps well in front of 4, then comes 2. 5 and 3 and 6 both miss the kick into the turn. 1 will drive up on the inside, and Liddy Lou goes to the front. It's Liddy Lou from Energised Jack. Then a gap back to Claret Cobbler, who's looking to work into the contest. 2 now, punches up on the inside of 1. They just brush shoulders around the last 2 bends. It's 2 going on. Energised Jack off the last bend, edging away from his field. And Energised Jack will give Mark Wallace a winner and storms to the front. Well done to Connections. 2 wins it well from 1. Tight third. But Energised Jack got his run through and used his pace to good effect out of the back straight. 28.73 was the winning time. He did just that when he last won in a 28.72, and he beat Liddy Lou spookily enough. He's done exactly the same again, but he done it in style. We can take this again on replay. 6 walked out the boxes, 3 didn't fare much better, but it was 1 with a good start. And then 2 had to be really brave at the first bend, and he just edged his way past Lily's Bear into the first turn and turned in second. And then he just dropped up on the inside of the leader, Liddy Lou, moved off obligingly going into the third turn. Again, a little bit of a coming together there, but he's a very, very brave dog, Energised Jack. And he's muscled his way to the front and shot clear on the run for home. Looks like a 2-1-3 order in the last, the 12:04. And the full results of the 8th and final race, the 12:04 here at Towcester. Energised Jack was an impressive winner there, sent off the 5-2 favourite. Track 1, Lady Lou was second at 7-2. Claret Cobbler was third at 6-1. The winner's time there was 28.73. Do hope that you've enjoyed the action here this morning. Do join us again this evening. We've got a 13 race programme commencing at 7:30. Safe journey home.